I'm gonna put this on the internet and like it come back for bite me.
My embarrassing story was, but I don't want to go that route.
Yeah, we're not gonna route this.
I miss a baby, come have a good time, what's a bad time? Who say you want, give me something long time. Me deal with this thing, rough something like that.
Okay, if you want me to take our passport size picture, keep your head straight, keep your head straight. Sorry.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is TREVONAE and this is
Naomi, and I'm new, so
you guys may recognize her from my college week in my life vlog,
which was the first vlog, so they're
anyway, so we're having a sleepover tonight, and because of Wanga Belly, we said we're gonna order food, and I said why not make it a mukbang. So yeah, so we're just gonna eat and talk. So we have Wendy's.
Is Wendy's sponsoring the video?
No,
so don't say
there's an unnamed.
So we have so we're gonna hold it like this for the rest of the video.
None business. So I have a little burger here. We have these loaded fries. We got nuggets? I never bought them.
No, we didn't.
We didn't buy them. Yeah, because we're cheap.
Okay, first of all, I'm not cheap.
Me cheap. The first thing we're gonna talk about is maintaining friendships. It could be long distance friendships, like us studying abroad and having our friends like back home. Like how do we keep the link stink? You know, just friendships in general, like how to make sure that your friendships stay healthy.
Personally, FaceTime, like that's my go-to at least twice a week.
Bring it back, girl. I think obviously like with all relationships, like constant and intentional communication is key. With my friends, like my friends at home, even if we're not like texting like on WhatsApp or like iMessage, like we're sending each other something on Instagram, we're sending each other a funny tweet, we're snapping each other, sending TikToks. I bombard my friends with TikToks. It's not like when I was in high school, you know, say lunchtime you're gonna see them orientate.
40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
So Arden it's there?
We had 4. I did not go to Arden. I was homeschooled. However, hypothetically, if I went to high school,
right,
it would have been 40 minutes.
Oh, but yeah, like it's all about intention, and I think that's really important. Like the older we get, we can't depend on having friendships of convenience, which high school gives that to us. You know, me and some of my closest friends, we like to schedule like FaceTimes, or like we do like little Netflix party and stuff like that.
Personally, I'm not into all of that rah-rah. Just hit me up, like hit my hotline and I'll answer. Don't call me after 11 o'clock. Like I literally just will FaceTime my friends or send them stuff on Twitter. But yeah, that's it. FaceTime, Twitter and Snapchat, period. Keep it simple. Not into that rah-rah. I'm like TREVONAE with this whole scheduling thing, like it's a Zoom call. No.
No, I'm just saying, like sometimes we say, alright,
and I'm just
Friday
saying,
we're free, guys. Alright, come and watch a movie tonight. Like,
yeah, that's a whole lot of mess. You can watch the movie on your time, you can watch it on my time, and then we can talk about it on FaceTime.
So what happened? Alright, so we just spoke about maintaining friendships. What happens when you lose a friendship?
Well, I kind of take it the same way I would take it. If it was on like not bad terms, I'll definitely keep memories that we have of each other once a week, especially in like the initial stages. I'll be going through those memories, lying down looking out my window with the rain falling, hypothetically playing some sad music and just thinking about all the times we had together, because I'm that dramatic.
But is that dramatic?
I'm literally that dramatic. But if it was on bad terms, I'm deleting all your memories. I'm going to act like nothing happened.
Never met her.
Never met her. Never met him.
Never met them.
I'll definitely delete everything and just try to be occupied so I'm not thinking of it. I've never really like cut off somebody. I'm the type of person you can ask any of my friends, if you cut me off, like me I text you back next week and say, so how's the weather in Kingston? You see me? When you cut me off for like we don't deal with the malice thing, nothing in life is that serious.
I agree. Not many friendships in my life have ended on bad terms. There's lots of situations where we just genuinely naturally drift apart. I kind of just try to occupy myself with the people who are still in my life.
You're full of substance though, man. And if I chew hungry, I'm hungry, but
no, I try to think about a situation where I lost a friend.
If you done it, just done this.
I'm a really sentimental. I'm a really sentimental person. I'm really like emotional. When I lose friends, I will take it like hard, especially if it was like a really close friendship. I chat off on
What's
Twitter.
for me will be for me.
Yeah. I hate people like that, brother. I probably tweeted something like that.
Same.
I think it's really important to allow yourself to naturally grieve something ending. It's just life. Stuff happens. If it's a situation where there's a conflict and we haven't like spoken about it, I don't like confrontation, but I like open communication. If I have an issue with you, I'm gonna want to bring it up to you in a very like, not like dramatic, like, you know, say, you do me this, I'm gonna rate it for that and rate it. I'm just gonna like tell you straight up, say, hey, you know, you did this and it did kind of make me feel away, let's talk about it. And I think the relationships where you're able to do that with the person without like it being like, oh, so you have me up or rated it, you know, that type of thing. I don't think there are any relationships where it's gonna be automatically easy for you to have that type of conversation with them, like without it feeling uncomfortable. But I think those uncomfortable situations are really important to have. If I can't bring up something that bothered me and you can't bring up something that bothered you, then we're just like walking on eggshells with each other, and the friendship will continue to be very surface level.
And a friendship that.
Yeah, a friendship that.
Friendship.
Breakups. I've never been through a breakup. I've never dealt with nobody yet. Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking,
if you were with someone, if you were ever with someone in your life,
how would I deal with a breakup? It's similar to how I deal with like a friendship breakup. If it was bad terms, I would definitely delete every memory of you, whether it's in my phone or in my head, or if it's in my friend's head. Like when we're around each other,
don't bring them up.
I don't think that's a good way to live, because I feel like you should reach a point to where even if you see the person's name, it shouldn't bother you. Like people shouldn't like have that power over you to like, you would just be lying down in your bed and in the middle of the night you think about it and you say, Jano, you can't even go back to sleep, insomnia, you have to watch some Family Guy up on Twitter.
This is sounding really specific.
This is all hypothetical. If it was on good terms, definitely like stop talking to the person for a while and then slowly talk back to them. Like, you know, just being cordial, I guess, and nothing too deep. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to start catching back feelings for that person, because obviously there was a reason why you guys stopped talking. Maybe you, maybe them, you know.
Maybe both of you. Like when the breakup is fresh, like you might not want to see them or hear about them or whatever. And you said that might not be the best way to go about things. I agree and disagree, because I think that like in general, like that type of avoidance is unhealthy. But I also think that like with any type of grief, right? Like, you know, there's stages of grief. At the beginning, when it's fresh, you're definitely not going to want to see them. And I think a lot of us, I'm guilty of this. A lot of us, we put ourselves under pressure to be like something ends or something bad happens to us, we're like, all right, we'll have to get back, you know, we're in grind mode, you know, I'm focused on me.
Oh my god, self-love.
Self-love is the best love.
So yeah, I was saying hypothetically, if I was going through like a breakup, sorry, it's been a hard, what did Drake say? I'm trying to
put the video, it's been a long fight. It's been a long fight, and I just had to have a warrior spirit, and that's all. So I'm just,
as it relates to like allowing ourselves to feel the different stages of grief, I think it's very important to not rush that process.
I'm sorry, is this a YouTube video or counseling?
Distracting yourself from the pain, it's useful and it can be healthy up to a certain point. If it becomes a habit, you watch Family Guy 24/7, like.
So why you look at me like that?
Hypothetically, one thing I think that some people kind of underestimate the importance of in like getting over like a friendship breakup or a romantic breakup is really taking time to find yourself again. It sounds cliche, like finding yourself. You know, any type of deep relationship, whether it's a friendship or whether it's like a romantic relationship, you guys always end up having like an impact on each other's like personalities, mindsets and stuff like that. Sometimes when the relationship ends, it's like, I still feel so deeply bonded to this person. So many aspects of my personality seem to be like related to this person, you know? So it's like after the relationship ends, it's important to take time to like focus on yourself and like recreate your mental image of yourself independent of the person.
But that's the thing though, a lot of people, like especially at our age, they did not take the time to like know who they are as a person. Singleness is like a very important thing, and it's like something that should be cherished, but everybody want to run up in a relationship.
Everybody want
and say, yeah,
be the
man,
bad
man. Really and truly, like being single is a time to like find yourself, like to know yourself outside of people and outside of relationships, whether that's like a situationship, whether that's an entanglement. Big up all girls, you see me? But like,
not entanglement,
so that
nobody.
when you spend that time during singleness, if you break up with Joseph, it's not going to be that hard on you to get back on your feet and find who you are and invest in yourself, because you already did that before the relationship.
You know yourself.
You see me? Yeah. But like a lot of us don't do that. Who you looking in the mirror and don't even know yourself? You see me? All you see is Joseph. Forget about Joseph and like focus on yourself. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think what the term for what you were talking about, I'm not sure if I'm using this right. Codependency, right? When people are in codependent situations, or when people like display codependent traits, it will be, for example, me and Joseph there, right? I'm depending on Joseph to make me feel validated. I'm depending on Joseph to tell me that I look beautiful. If Joseph doesn't tell me I look beautiful, I start second guessing my appearance. And it doesn't only have to be about like physical things, but just validation. A lot of people, I don't want to say young people, this all depends on how emotionally aware and emotionally mature you are. A lot of people look for their romantic partners to give them what they didn't have like growing up. You understand? So
and that's crazy, like, because then you're expecting them to be something they're not. If that's not Joseph, that's just not Joseph, you know? You can't invest everything into your relationship and forget about investing like some things into yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're coming at the world alone. You never coming at the world with Joseph. You get me? So like,
yeah, and Joseph and a twin.
You have girls out there that, say for instance, you buy a top that may be like revealing or something, and then your friends say, oh, you can wear this to the party. You be like, oh no, I'm not wear this because Joseph not gonna like this. You see me? I mean,
that's hilarious to me. First of all, Joseph, you're not my dad.
You're not my dad. You also hear something.
Joseph, and maybe your money buy it, but I mean, put it in the card. You get me? I mean, check the shipping. Like, I wear it if me want to wear it. At the end of the day, at night, and at night, me go out. So like, how do you like deal with hurt?
Like when people hurt,
yeah,
it goes in stages. It can go from like me being shocked, like wow, I never think them wanna do me this, to like me being disappointed, to me being angry, me being in denial. You know, sometimes I kind of start blaming myself, like what did I do wrong to like warrant being treated like this. Like I said, like in the earlier parts, I tried to allow myself the time to go through all those emotions without feeling guilty or without beating upon myself, and I always try to get back to the point of like not taking responsibility for their actions.
I feel like a lot of times we end up hurting ourselves and blame it on other people. At the end of the day, really you get me?
You shouldn't put yourself in that situation.
Exactly, you should have just let things flow, let things be, and not like cause the insecurities to get in the way. And then sometimes because of that, you mess up a good thing. Like everything happens for a reason. I'm like a big believer in that. It could be just a lesson. You see me? Like learn.
Everything is a lesson.
Just go with the flow, literally. Be in the know, enjoy the moment now. Because one thing this corona thing teach you, like all the world will switch up on you, saying I think the people are gonna switch up on you.
Dog, I want that on a shirt.
Intrinsic things.
That's the foundation.
Literally. Are the best thing you could do for yourself.
So we can segue from that into self-love. That's kind of like a buzzword these days. You know, things everybody say: manifest, toxic, self-love. I think it's a very abstract concept though. And it's like, it's not like it's a one-size-fits-all thing.
Oh, so you're saying the way you love yourself is not like a set way?
Yeah. There's some things that I guess are universal across the board, like giving yourself space to like feel your emotions.
What's that?
You don't do that? So you don't love yourself?
What's emotions? Like, we don't have that.
Yeah, they come like them Twitter be them.
That act like they're all cool and tough on the internet, but deep down they're curled up in their bed like a fun seat. Yep, that's
not like a fun seat. I saw this tweet. It was saying that we should love ourselves at each stage. So giving yourself love and giving yourself grace, that word is kind of, it sounds cliche, but it's very important to me, because when I think about grace, I think about it as like the purest form of compassion you can give yourself or someone.
Oh, for me, when I think about grace, I think about Jesus. Hallelujah.
Because you know your mother gonna watch this, that's why. Yeah.
No.
Alright. When you do something and you say, you know, say that wasn't the best way to handle it, don't beat up on yourself. Give yourself the space to acknowledge that, okay, I was doing the best that I knew how to in that moment, but this is not how I want to be. How can I improve on that? Picture yourself having the traits that you want to have and work towards that. Yeah, you did something that was wrong, take responsibility for that, apologize, make amends where you need to, and then you switch back over to focusing on how can I eliminate that mindset, how can I identify the triggers that cause me to act that way. There's never gonna be a time where you're just not gonna have, there's never gonna be a time where anyone is free of triggers. Trigger work. A trigger of mine is when people yell at me. So anytime anyone raises their voice at me, it's like a rage just starts building up inside of me that I just like take myself out of the situation because I don't want to blow up. I know that I can blow up and I don't like that. Now that like I'm older, I can look at situations objectively and realize that, oh, it's a certain trigger that causes me to feel these emotions, and that makes me want to go on bad and irritated. You can try to say, oh, I'll just avoid all situations that will trigger me, but that's not gonna be the case. Let's say is your cousin always raising her voice after you, but your cousin live with you, right? You can't avoid your cousin, so that's when it comes to you have to work on it internally. But you said something earlier about not giving people like power, a certain power. At the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for your emotions and take responsibility for how you act based on those emotions.
Personally, nothing will trigger me. Like, I stand firm in the Gideon, you see me? I like me at him. But it's okay to be triggered, but it's like probably identifying like, oh, you did not have to react that way, and like just working towards a better you.
Next topic, dealing with insecurities.
Okay, wow.
You're like, this is me.
Demi Lovato.
Anyway,
I'm insecure from the grading on my head to the nail on my big toe. Literally, like, I'm insecure about everything. The truth is, we talk stuff all the time. Like, what we say to other people, we don't preach it to ourselves.
What we preach to other people, don't practice with ourselves.
Same difference, same story. That's the real me.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Literally, that's to me, like, it's a whole lot of, I'm sorry, cut the cameras. Insecurities, everybody have them. From the toughest person,
the most beautiful person, you think they're the prettiest person.
And insecurities don't even have to be something like on your physical appearance. Sometimes it's some mental things. It could even be spiritual things. You have people at church who are insecure because they're not shabba rabba like the pastor or the pastor wife. Some of them is just like, oh, I'm in this particular space and everybody is speaking out and I'm not speaking out. But let them go and think something and I'm out. I'm out. Sorry.
So how do you work on them?
How? Taking breaks from social media is something that I do a lot. But it's so much to like take the break, but what do you do with that break? You feel me? It's more so like reflecting, like understanding what you're insecure about and then how to work on that. I don't do all of that rah-rah, but what I do personally is just like enjoy my own space and just enjoy my own time. Oh, and speaking light and positivity into your life, like affirmations and all of that, like praying, like God can help you through anything. Hey mom.
Like working on your insecurities, that's something that you have to work on every day. I'm not gonna come up here and say, oh, like just love yourself. Realistically, like Naomi was saying, the most accomplished people, the most successful people, the people who you perceive as the most beautiful people, they found ways to work around their insecurities
and being honest with themselves, like saying, yo, I really think I have a big nose. When I got eye and talk, it's just a big nose.
So what if my nose big?
What am I gonna do about it? I mean, I could have the plastic surgery, but
and if you want to, you can do that.
Period.
You could just genuinely realize that your nose is big, but there's no
oh my
God. Nose big. Every time I post a picture, I say, why my nose have to take up the whole of the frame? Like, this is just my nose, bro, and I love my nose. You realize that the root of our insecurities comes from comparison, because if I'm saying, oh my God, my nose is big, that means I'm comparing it to somebody's nose where it looks like a normal nose. goes. If I'm at a certain weight right now and I'm insecure about it, I'm still gonna feed myself love, right? And that love could manifest in the form of me saying I want to be healthier in general, so I'm gonna start working out more, I'm gonna start eating healthier. You know, that's coming from a place of love, not from a place of thinking, oh, I have to change because I dislike myself so much.
Yeah.
You know, you're never gonna be a finished product. You know, you're literally working on yourself until the day you die. You're never gonna become the perfect friend, the perfect partner, the perfect daughter. Let's say there's something that you're working on, you want to be good at that, and you're good at that, and you're gonna realize that there's something else to be worked on. There's always something to work on. That's why it's important to give yourself space and love and grace and compassion at every stage.
Big facts.
Big facts.
And that's that.
No printer. Last topic, staying motivated. And there's like different types of motivation. There's intrinsic motivation and extrinsic. Is extrinsic a word or is it just external?
No, there's extrinsic.
Extrinsic.
It's a word.
Do you think you're more intrinsically motivated or extrinsically?
I'm the cliche type of person, you know, you say, yeah, do it for your mother. Intrinsic in the sense of always remembering why. Am I going to this school because just can't bother with you? But
whoa, the pelicans are coming at you.
Is it because you wanted a new environment, you wanted to reach higher heights, you wanted to challenge yourself? Just remember you why.
What you said about like being extrinsically motivated like by your family, that's good, but I feel like that shouldn't be your main, like the main thing that pushes you, because it's good when you have a support system, you know, you want to do it for them.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be situations where you're not gonna have support, or as much support as you'd want, or support in the certain way that you'd want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's gonna be lots of situations where it's just gonna be you. You know, I think it's important to have a balance of both. Don't be fully intrinsically motivated like, oh, I'm a lone wolf, I don't, because it's really nice and fulfilling to have a support, an external support system.
Yeah.
The food done.
I got like a little scrap left, but you know, it's basically done.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, bye guys. Wait.